What's going on, Turf Toe League? Week 8. Can't believe it's here. Half the season has gone by already.
I don't know what the
Got Sea Breezy here. Stats of the week, downtown Chris Brown. You know what stuff's going in there, buddy. So, not a whole lot to talk about on the intro here. Let's jump into it. Last week, we had Just Poopin'. Nope. Always get this right.
Nope. Go back to the script.
Stick to the script.
So we had Just Poopin' defeating Bateman pretty handily. Urban Buttfitters, Pizza by Alfredo's. Blue Claws going down to Deshaun Touchdown there, who has been without a win for many weeks now. So that was impressive. David staying humble in his kingship. And Jawbreakers going down to densely populated Mr. Bill, who may just be the dark horse of this entire league right now. Bill with Gino and with Kenneth Walker. If Kareem Hunt gets traded, he's got a pretty stacked roster. So I really like Bill to win it all right now if we had to play a championship today, barring his luck and his ball.
Thank you, spoiler alert.
Down here, recent transactions, I got Sam Ellinger, I think is how you pronounce his name. Bill grabbed Eno.
Chuba Hubbard going for 64.
Oh, yeah, I put $10 on him. So jumping in, we had myself going up against John.
I'd have to go back and look, but that may have been the lowest score this year. Maybe Dylan the week before.
I think Dylan had a lower score one week, but that may just throw him under the bus.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this just came down your team just being stronger than his. I think that's just the best way to put it. It'll be interesting, Andy, to see on your side Olave and Pickens and Pierce. You have actually, well, now that Hall's out, does that cancel out the Javonte Williams trade?
You having Kelsey, you having Devontae, I gotta imagine Devontae's gonna get better as the season goes. He's been consistent enough right now. Mostert's gonna be good too. I do like Mostert in the long run. It's just how long does he stay healthy? Honestly, Michael has a good team. A lot of good pieces, a lot of, nothing to balk at.
And I know, like, Carr's not a sexy pickup. If you look at his numbers, he's pretty stable.
All right, so Jawbreaker's going up against densely populated Mr. Bill. So Lamar Jackson's been a little bit on a downturn, and obviously Daniel Jones was a great play for Bill to throw in there. But, on the other side, Waddle and Jacoby Myers and CeeDee Lamb, any of these guys are prone for a big blow-up game. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey getting integrated in the offense over at 49ers land. ETN, Josh Jacobs, I mean, what the heck, dude? Like, nobody saw this coming.
I would put them at the top of my power rankings right now. Just kind of just looking at the teams and what's on the bench, too. If Harlan can figure out his quarterback situation, I think that's one. Bill, you're right. Looking at even Bill's bench and some of the guys that he has that are now starting to come on, he's going to be a hard out.
This may be Bill's year. I mean, I don't want to jinx him, but...
I didn't say I.
Jumping down to the matchup of the week, I'll let you take this one.
So we had Blue Claws against Deshaun Touchdown there. Saquon Barkley, Jamar Chase obviously doing Jamar Chase things. That offensive line needed time to sync, kind of recalibrate. So they're moving at an efficient pace. I think you're going to continue to see them throw the ball with Boyd, Chase, and T. Higgins. That's one of the best wide receiver crews in the country. Looking over here at David Pacheco pickup, everyone thought, well, he's starting. Is it finally happening? It actually was a pretty straight balance on a three-headed
That was
monster
a crazy thing, dude. I woke up like 40 minutes too late, and I was like, David stays up this late and gets up this early?
Early worm gets the worm.
He's going to need A.J. Brown to be a little more consistent. Metcalf now hurt. How long is he going to be out? We don't know yet. Brady, Dak, TBD.
at a time. TDB.
I would say he's kind of in the middle of the road with a lot of us. Going over the other side, Brett with the nice victory. I know he's been grinding throughout this year. It feels like Diggs on bye hurts. We would expect more from Drake London. Off the field issues for Brady. I know Brett will keep grinding. This came down to Brett does have the better team. Nice little W there.
Staying relevant at 3 and 4. Why don't we jump into your stats of the week?
Stats of the week with...
All right, so week 7 stats of the week. Average team score 170.08. Biggest blowout of the week down here, Andy P. over Bateman, as Yahoo lovingly put it. The highest score of the week for week 7 was Joe Burrow at 50.24. Back-to-back weeks. Josh Jacobs, the non-quarterback high score at 42.5. And look at this, folks. Andy Dalton with a 41.54. So Andy P. Still on the 1 seed at 5 and 2 with the most points for it, 1,333.54. Then you have actually the people who are 2 through 6. We are separated by literally 80 points. It's actually John that has the 6th seed right now. We had no record breakers this week, so we continue to trudge along.
Not a whole lot going on this week.
Not a whole lot going on in general.
Record injuries.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on in general in our league. So
There's not a lot of fruit in those wounds.
the random stats of the week. So Isaiah Simmons, the defender, reached a top speed of 20.68 miles per hour on his pick 6 of Andy Dalton, the fastest speed by a linebacker.
Nice. Let's jump into our Week 8 matchup. Got Urban Buttfitters going up against densely populated Mr. Bill.
Nice.
Bateman going up against Deshaun Touchdown there, looking to extend his winning streak to 2. Mr. Counselor King David, as I like to call him, going up against yourself. Pizza by Alfredo's Hot Garbage. Not hot garbage any longer. So a little bit more like Alfredo's Pizza Kitchen now.
Same thing.
Michael, there's a very big difference between these two pizza places, both in quality of ingredients and in overall taste.
The matchup of the week, we've got Just Poopin' against Jawbreakers. Jumping into our first matchup, Urban Buttfitters going up against Densely Populated.
Looking at the quarterback matchups, you got Jalen Hurts against Pittsburgh. I think that's going to be a lot of points for Jalen Hurts right there on the board. You know, Daniel Jones in Seattle, definitely like Bills quarterbacks here. I'm not a fan of PJ Walker in general. Obviously, getting Cooper Kupp back's a big deal. Across the board, you need Amon-Ra St. Brown to get healthy there for Michael Dillon if he is. I like Dillon's wide receivers in this matchup particularly. I think this is going to be very close. I think Michael is going to definitely make a game of this. I still like some of Bill's pieces. I think Pollard and Carter are the ones that keep it close, but I expect Bill to pull out a close W.
I do think that I'm going to lean Mr. Bill as well. Congratulations, Bill. Moving into the second matchup here. So we've got John going up against Brett, the showdown of sadness for the week. John's team's really taking quite the hit. Aaron Rodgers in prime time against Buffalo. I don't know what to expect. He's got Josh Allen, so he needs to put Josh Allen in ASAP.
You don't have to say it like that.
I said it normal.
I do like that over Stafford and Winston. And Winston may not even start. Elliott probably injured. I'm looking at this projection of 28% to 72%. Even with Brett, all his pieces kind of being He's got Diggs. He's got Diggs in prime time. I think he's going to have a great game coming out of the bye. I am personally going to take Brett on this one.
Josh Allen's going to do his thing. There's just a lot of pieces over here on Bateman's side that I just, Elliott could be hurt. Robinson's going to be limited. I actually like Brett to get up to a, was it 2-game win streak?
Yep, 2-game win streak. Well, news just broke. Dennis Allen said Jameis Winston is healthy. They're going with Andy Dalton. Looks like he's going to be playing Russell Wilson this week.
Russell Wilson did not just fly over to London. 4 hours of the 8-hour trip and worked out on the plane while his other teammates slept.
Don't worry, guys. Russell Wilson was working out on the plane.
Russell Wilson, a let's fly moment? He continues to be ridiculous. He spent 4 of the 8 hours working out and stretching, high knees in the aisle while everybody else was sleeping. Russell Wilson still grinding.
He said he was doing high knees in the aisle. Do you know how obnoxious that would be for those guys sleeping? If our entire team is flying overseas and Jason's in the aisle doing high knees.
High kick! You just hear his pants swishing.
Oh my god.
Russ, just take a nap, brother. Like, it's okay.
All right, and then moving into our third matchup this week, we've got King David going up against Alfredo's Pizza Kitchen.
Pizza by Alfredo.
So we got Tom Brady going up against Baltimore on prime time after he said they got to get some stuff figured out. I don't know what to expect in this matchup, quite frankly. I don't like really what's going on there in Tampa Bay, but I have a sneaking suspicion that he's going to be better than expected.
1 week later.
Tyreek Hill against Detroit, that's a smash play. Detroit's been terrible. They're terrible on kind of both sides of the ball right now. And then on the other side of the ball, on Chris's side, Burrow against Cleveland, another smash play there, I think. Burrow's going to do his thing and be just fine. I like Mostert against Detroit. I do think that there's more red flags on Counselor's side right now, and I think you are definitely on the uptick.
Yeah, if Swift doesn't play, it's probably McLaurin.
All right, so let's pick you to win. And let's jump into the matchup of the week.
Yep. So I'll just kind of run down quickly through the quarterback position. Linger.
Oh, That's funny.
Yes, it was.
Definitely not a big fan of that one. Because of the short week, you're going to see Lamar actually run a little bit more this week. Looking at the wide receiver position, I really like Waddle versus Detroit. Olave and Las Vegas, I think I really like that matchup the most out of your wide receivers. Being a Florida State fan, that Florida State game last year, Pierce, actually watching him run reminded me a lot of Devonta Freeman. The Pierce ETN battle is what I'm looking at realistically here. What Taysom Hill's going to show up. Ultimately, I think he'll get you 9-10 points. I do like Mark Andrews against Tampa Bay. When you're in a game on a short week, you're going to tend to rely on the middle of the field a little bit more. Obviously, Justin Jefferson. I expect McCaffrey to get some goal line carry, so I think that touchdown is going to make a big difference at that position. This is a pretty good matchup on paper. I think you've got some strong pieces on certain parts that he's weak, and vice versa. Ultimately, I think I actually like Harlan here because of the quarterback situation that you're dealing with on the bye. I actually like David Harlan this week.
In my 2 cents on this one, I need somebody to blow up this week or I will lose. I am going to go with Mr. Harlan wearing the crown. All right, well, it's been a long week. Do we have any London games this week? I feel like people have been talking about London again.
Yeah, there was one. It was Jacksonville and Denver. Ooh, that's a up yours, London.
History began on July 4th, 1776. Everything before that was a mistake.
I'm not looking forward to that one. All right, well, so that is week 8. This is the point where you start to think, okay, for someone like me, I'm in first place. It's going well. How quickly is that going to fall apart?
That's not true. You're right, I ruined everything.
You can lose players instantly, just like that, and go completely out of contention. So
Put your heart out there like that, it's liable to just turn into this blackened carbon brick in a barbecue sauce of shame and rage.
Just got to keep grinding. Who knows, man? We don't know who's going to be in first place, but that bye is important. So we are all vying for it for sure. For Turfy, just pooping, your co-commish, stats of the week over there, Mr. Chris Brown and Vrabel there in the background. All right, man. Well, thank you for doing this. Peace out. See you guys.
Wow, it's a little early for ice cream, don't you think?
It's never too early for ice cream, Jim. But we didn't have any ice cream. So this is mayonnaise and black olives.
Oh.
It's comfort food, all right? God.
On the cart being taken from the field moments ago.